Now, one thing about this that shocks me is that we kind of went from only seeing a couple of mules out there with camouflage on to all of a sudden no camouflage. All right, guys, boy, do I have some big news for you today. We have a 2027 Grand Sport that just emerged from the shadows in California with no camouflage on, badging, exhaust, wheels. We can see pretty much everything, but that's not it. We also have colors going away, which I've mentioned before, but it's more confirmed now. Got a couple colors going away and a couple of new colors coming. Well, one's new, one's old, but you'll understand in a second. So if you're excited about this video, smash that thumbs up button and let's get going. All right, so like I said, we have a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We have a brand new leak on Instagram, and NJP Moto, which you'll see on the screen right now, was able to get really nice footage of a couple of brand new 2027 Grand Sports. And we're gonna learn a few things from this footage. But thank you so much to a couple people. Number one, thank you for Keith Cornett of Corvette Blogger for bringing this to my attention and for putting out a wonderful article. And thank you to NJP Moto for allowing me to use your footage and talk about this today on my YouTube channel. So before I show you the footage, I just want to talk about why this is so important that this footage has come out. Just bear with me for a few seconds. Number one, it's important because now we have 100% clarity. When you see this video and you see the still shots, you'll understand that there's no doubt, there should be no doubt in anyone's mind that we're getting a Grand Sport now. I was already to that point a long time ago, but a lot of you out there might not have been to that point. And so this should get you there. Number two, it actually backs up a leak that happened earlier this week that we'll talk about. And number three, it also backs up something that Rick Connie said many months ago. And I will tell you what that was, and then I'll explain to you why I believe that it backs that up. All right, now check out this wonderful footage from NJP Moto, and then we'll come back and talk about it. All right, so we got a couple of things going on here. Number one, there's two Grand Sports. You've got an Arctic White Grand Sport and you've got a dark blue Grand Sport. Now, earlier this week, some information came out. I'll put all the articles linked in the description below that showed some leaked information about colors. And it shows that Riptide Blue and Hysteria Purple are both going away for 2027. Kind of sucks that we're getting rid of both those colors because I think they're both amazing, especially Riptide Blue. It showed that we're getting a dark blue, and there's a few that have been speculating that Admiral Blue was going to come back for the debut of the 2027 Grand Sport. And if you look at these pictures, that's exactly what that color looks like. There's an Arctic White and an Admiral Blue Grand Sport. If you had seen the article earlier this week and you were unsure whether it was true or not, I think this confirms that Admiral Blue is coming back. Now, up next is what we see in the rear. They decided to go with hash marks in the rear and not in the front. And I'm wondering if they decided to do that because you guys know that you can get those on the Z06. They're kind of different. They're not really hash marks, but you can get those Jake logos in the rear that go right there. On the Stingray, you can actually already get hash marks up front. And so this tells me that GM is wanting to differentiate the Grand Sport from the Stingray in the C8 generation. They're not going to go with hash marks in the front of a Grand Sport when you can already get it on a Stingray. Number two, in the rear, you see that it has quad exhaust. There was a lot of people speculating that we would just get the same exhaust as the Stingray and the E-Ray on the Grand Sport because of the fact that it's not going to have an LT7. So why wouldn't it just get the quad side exhaust? But Rick Connie came up with some information quite a while ago. He was under the impression you were actually going to be able to pick whether you wanted the middle exhaust or the side exhaust. And I think this confirms that to be true, which to me is exciting because there are people on both sides. It has black wheels on it. We can't see the design, so I don't know if this is a brand new design for the Grand Sport. I would think it would be because Grand Sport has always had their own wheels. Look for better shots of this car to come out sooner than later now that we've seen this. And we'll probably be able to get a clearer view of what that wheel really truly looks like. Now, one thing about this that shocks me is that we kind of went from only seeing a couple of mules out there with camouflage on to all of a sudden no camouflage. We haven't even had it unveiled yet, and they're out there driving around, letting us see it pretty clearly. And if you zoom in, you'll see that it has body color accents on it, and it also has a new badge, which looks just like a Grand Sport badge, and it is. So where I was going with that is the fact that I believe very soon we will get closer footage of this car and you'll be able to see what new wheels are going to come on that Grand Sport. But you guys let me know your opinion of that down in the comments. I wanted to get this out to you yesterday, but I wanted also to get full permission from NJP Moto on Instagram to go ahead and use his footage and show off this awesome couple of Grand Sports. So the last thing that I would say is a reason why this is so big that we're getting this right now is the fact that I really think we're going to have the unveiling very soon. It'll probably be something like the ZR1 where, you know, it's not a huge thing. They're just going to tell everybody about it on a 3-minute video. But that'll give us a lot of information, and that will allow them to get ahead of the game and prepare for the bash at the end of April and be able to bring the brand new Grand Sport to us, or to the bash, for us all to see in person. So as usual, ladies and gentlemen, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this. Give NJP Moto a follow on Instagram and tell him a big thanks and gratitude for getting this footage for us and allowing me to use it. Smash that subscribe button. I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys out on the road.